Hi friends, welcome back to Arc Tutorials. This is RxJS full tutorial series for absolute beginners. Today I'm going to touch base about some important topics, and a lot of you have been asking me in the comment section about what is RxJS, what is Redux, and what is NgRX, what is the difference between all of these. So I thought I'll touch base on this topic and explain you so that it would help students and especially people who are new to RxJS. Also, this is one of those important interview question that is often asked to check your knowledge, right? So let's talk about it a little bit, understand what is RxJS, what is Redux, and what is NgRX. All right, so this is the RxJS full tutorial playlist. Make sure you please check out the entire playlist so that you can learn complete RxJS and master it with Angular. If you like my work, please do consider buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/arctutorials. All right, so following is the index of the playlist. I have covered right from basic introduction to some of the operators we have seen so far. So far we have seen all the basic ones, but starting next episode or so, I'll cover little tricky and complex operators. So stay tuned for that also. Today we are talking about what is RxJS, Redux, and NgRX. So what is RxJS, right? So this is a RxJS series. I've covered it in the introduction episode as well, but this is just a quick recap for you. So RxJS stands for Reactive Extensions for JavaScript. It's a library for reactive programming using observables. Now, why do we use observables? So that it makes it easy to compose asynchronous or callback based mechanisms. So you should be telling the interviewer that RxJS is a library for reactive programming which makes use of observables heavily. RxJS can be used with any framework or with just plain JavaScript as well. This is something a lot of people get confused, that you can use RxJS only with Angular or with React or something like that. So you can use RxJS with any framework, Angular, React, Vue, or even with plain JavaScript. RxJS comes with a complete pack of operators, right? So if you are following this playlist, you would have come across already a lot of operators like last, take until, take while, distinct, max, min, count, etc. For most part of the operators, the input will be an observable and the output will also be an observable, right? So most operators will give you observable as an output, and then we have to subscribe to it, right? Using dot subscribe. What is Redux now? Redux is an open source JavaScript library for managing and centralizing application state. So what happened when the modern JavaScript frameworks came into picture? Then there came a concept called state management. Now what is state management? State management means you don't have to make a API call every time. You make a API call once, you get the data, and when the user navigates from one view to other, or one screen to other, or one page to other, the data is served from the store, which is a state, right? So that data is stored in a central place and is given to different routes or screens or views, right? It's commonly used with libraries like React or Angular, right? So think of it this way: Redux is an open source JavaScript library for managing and centralizing application state. So this was about RxJS and Redux, right? Now let's talk a little bit more about NgRX, because this is more specific to Angular. NgRX has a main purpose to manage the global and local states, right? Just like Redux, right? So think of NgRX as a Redux implementation for Angular, right? NgRX provides store, which is a very, very powerful concept. I will cover that in the series as well as we progress. But remember, there are 5 important concepts in NgRX: store, actions, reducers, effects, and selectors. If you are coming from React world, you would have heard these words again, because that is using Redux. That's the Redux which is using the state management. So NgRX is like a state management for Angular. Okay. So here I have mentioned a little bit about store, actions, reducers. I will cover this in detail along with practical implementation. I'm not going into too far, just read through it. But overall, if you have to answer what is NgRX, you should say that NgRX is an Angular implementation for Redux, which is to manage the global and local states, right? Very similar to Redux. Now, what is Redux? Redux is an open source JavaScript library for managing this and centralizing application state, right? A good example if you want to defend or explain is we are in a dashboard page, we make a call to API, we get all the data. Once we get the data, we store it in a centralized state or a Redux store or a NgRX store. When we go to view screen or view page, we will get the data from the store instead of making the API call again. Now that is a concept of store. That means you have a centralized data, you request data, you get the data from the store. Whenever there is a change in data, you update the store itself, right? That's the simplest thing I can explain you about RxJS, Redux, and NgRX. Again, this is a series on RxJS, so you will come across a lot of these implementations as we progress in the series. But I hope this is clear. NgRX store, if you want to talk about the 5 important things, that is store, actions, reducers, effects, and selectors. All right, I hope this video is helpful to you. I will cover NgRX entire store implementation as part of other series that I will start soon. So stay tuned to my channel. Please do subscribe. In the next episode, I will talk to you about what is pipe. I have been writing code, and then a lot of comments are coming asking what exactly is a pipe in RxJS, what does it do? So I'll touch base really quick on that also so that all the fundamental concepts are clear for you. So do join me in the next episode where I'll talk about what is RxJS pipe. Thank you so much for joining. See you in the next episode.